What does it mean to be unseen, to walk through the world, a ghost among the living, your presence, a mere whisper, your body a shadow? Few truly acknowledge you. This is a heavy burden, a weight on the soul, a constant quiet ache. It shapes how you move. I remember feeling this way many times in many places, a young man navigating a world not built for him, or so it often seemed. My skin a signal, my voice unheard or perhaps misheard. This feeling is not new. It is an old story. Ralph Ellison knew this feeling. He captured it in his powerful novel, Invisible Man, a book that still breathes today. Its words echo in our streets, in our schools, in our homes. It asks us to look closer, to see beyond the surface, to question what we think we know about others, about ourselves. The story begins with a man. He has no name, at least none that matters to us. He tells us he is invisible, not in a magical way. People simply refuse to see him. He lives underground, literally, stealing electricity to light his world, a world hidden from view. This is his starting point. His journey is one of search, a search for himself, a search for his place. He moves from the south, a place of overt cruelty, to the north, to Harlem, hoping for something different, hoping for recognition. But the North has its own traps, its own forms of blindness. He tries to fit in. He attends a black college. He works in a paint factory. He joins a political group. The brotherhood, they call it. Each step seems promising. Each place offers a new identity, a new mask to wear, but each one fails him. Each one denies his truth. This journey is not easy. It is filled with pain. What is this invisibility, really? It is more than just being ignored. It is a deep systemic thing. It is how society makes you nothing. It is how power works, by defining who is seen and who is allowed to matter. This is the core of the book, this powerful, haunting idea, a metaphor for a lived reality. Invisibility means your humanity is denied. Your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your pain, they do not register. You are a stereotype, a projection of others' fears or their desires, their needs. You are not a full person, not in their eyes anyway. This is a violence of the spirit. Ellison shows this in many ways. The protagonist is seen as a tool by white philanthropists, by black community leaders, by political ideologues. Each group wants to use him. They see what they want to see, a symbol, a voice, a number, but never the man himself. His true self remains hidden. This invisibility is a heavy cloak. It can make you doubt yourself. The South is where it begins. The lessons in being unseen, they are brutal and direct. Think of the battle royal, a scene of pure degradation. Young black men blindfolded, forced to fight each other for the amusement of white men. Their bodies, mere entertainment, their dignity stripped away. This scene is hard to read. It is meant to be. It shows the raw power dynamic, the absolute control. The protagonist gives a speech about humility and progress. But even then he is mocked. His words are twisted. His intelligence, a threat. He learns to play a role. Then there is the college, led by Dr. Bledsoe, a black man who plays the game. He tells the protagonist that he must lie to white people to get ahead, to survive. He preaches a false humility while wielding his own power. This is another kind of invisibility, hiding one's true thoughts. Mr. Norton, the white trustee, he sees the students as extensions of his own grandfatherly fantasy. He wants to feel good. He wants... So he goes north to Harlem, seeking a new beginning, a place of supposed freedom where black people thrive, or so the dream goes. But Harlem is complex, a vibrant, chaotic place full of its own illusions and its own ways of making you feel utterly, profoundly unseen. The paint factory, Liberty Paints, their slogan, "Keep America Pure," their whitest paint, Optic White, made by adding drops of black The irony is thick. The protagonist works there trying to make a living, but even here, he is a cog, a disposable part of the machine, his labor exploited. He witnesses an eviction, an old black couple, their belongings thrown on the street, a lifetime of memories scattered for all to see. He feels a surge of anger. He gives an impromptu speech. Words pour out of him. He connects with the crowd. For a moment, he feels seen. This speech gets him noticed by the Brotherhood, a political organization. The Brotherhood seems like hope. They give him a new name. They teach him to speak, to rally the people. He becomes a powerful orator. He feels a sense of belonging. He believes in their cause, the fight for social justice, for equality and recognition. He throws himself into the work. But the Brotherhood has its own agenda. They are disciplined, rigid. They demand conformity. They are more interested in theory than in the real lives of people. The protagonist is valuable to them as long as he follows orders, as long as he fits their mold. His individuality is suppressed for the sake of the collective. Brother Jack, a leader, he has one eye, a literal symbol of limited vision. He and the others, they do not truly see the protagonist. They see a symbol, a voice for their ideology. When the protagonist deviates, when he speaks from his heart, he is disciplined, sidelined. The ultimate betrayal comes during the Harlem riots. The Brotherhood abandons the people. They see the chaos as unhelpful to their grand abstract plans. All these experiences, the South, the North, the factory, the Brotherhood, they break him down. They shatter his illusions about himself, about society, about who he can trust. This is a painful process, a journey through darkness, but it is also necessary. He realized that others have always tried to define him, to tell him who he is or who he should be. The college president, the factory bosses, the Brotherhood leaders, even the well-meaning whites, they all impose their vision, their version of his identity. His invisibility was their creation. They refused to see him, the complex, contradictory human being. He was too much for them, or not enough of what they wanted. He learns that true sight must come from within. He must define himself for himself by himself. This is a terrifying freedom. The riot is a turning point, chaos and destruction, but also a moment of clarity. He sees the strings, the manipulations, the lies. He dons disguises. Ellison wrote this book decades ago, in 1952 to be exact, but its message still burns. It still feels urgent because invisibility persists. It takes new forms, perhaps, but the core problem remains. People are still unseen, their voices are still silenced, their humanity still denied. Think about it. Who is invisible in our society today? The poor, the marginalized, those who don't fit the mold, whose stories are not told or are told by others, often inaccurately, unfairly. I see it in the news. I hear it in the streets. This struggle for visibility. The novel speaks to the Black experience profoundly, painfully, but its theme is universal. Anyone can feel invisible when their identity is ignored, when they're reduced to a label, a statistic, a stereotype. This is not just about race, it is about power and how it shapes perception. Invisible Man is not a comfortable read. It challenges us deeply. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our world, about the legacy of racism, about the complexities of identity. The protagonist's journey ends not with a neat resolution, but with a profound question: how to live in this world. He retreats underground to think, to understand, to write his story. This is an act of defiance, an act of self-creation. He realizes that his invisibility can also be a source of power, a way to see things that others in their blindness miss, a strange, paradoxical strength. The book calls on us to open our own eyes, to truly see the people around us, especially those who are often overlooked, to listen to their stories, to acknowledge their humanity. This is not just a passive act. It requires effort, empathy, a willingness to be uncomfortable, a commitment to justice. And for those who feel unseen, Ellison offers a complex hope. The fight for visibility is ongoing. It involves understanding society's traps, but also, crucially, defining oneself, claiming one's own narrative, finding one's own light, even in the darkest of places. The struggle is real, the pain is deep, but so is the power of the human spirit. This is our task.